What's up, guys? Welcome to Middle Tennessee Fab Performance. So today we have throwing a clutch in this Mustang. I got some video previously of this Mustang. It gets kind of weird. People show up in the shop and it just kind of like throws the whole kind of flow off or whatnot. But it is what it is. Hope y'all are dealing with this COVID-19 stuff. Being automotive repair, we're considered essential. So we get to stay open. It's just a matter of keeping people out of the shop. We get a lot of people that want to come in because they're bored. A lot of soldiers being outside of Fort Campbell that are bored in the barracks. But today we're going to replace the clutch in this. So the previous clutch, as you can see, it was supposed to be a McLeod twin disc. That's not a McLeod. Just because you can tell just by the color, there's no markings on it or anything. But this thing was installed improperly and beat up really bad. You can see the marring there. There's the heat spots here. But the primary thing here is, you see those rivets. This was installed up against the flywheel like so. And so it caused these rivets here to hit the flywheel, which we're going to be pulling out of here. You can see here, it was hitting the flywheel bolts here and caused a ton of hot spots. So it's pretty messed up. So we have the new real McLeod twin disc right here. And you can see the difference. That's red. It's got McLeod RST. It looks entirely different from that thing over there. So yeah, people trying to scam people, tell them that they're getting a high quality product and then not giving them a high quality product because they're trying to, I don't know, make more money or whatever. Don't be that person. Don't be that guy. Have pride in your work, man. Like, for real, have pride in what it is that you do. So that's what we're gonna do today. So first up, I'm gonna pop this flywheel off of here. Well, we're gonna take apart the McLeod first so that we can get it going. But I gotta remove the flywheel and the pilot bearing still, and then we'll install the new. So pretty stoked about it. So let's do this. All right, guys. So hey, couple of things. I hope the background's not too bright. It is very bright out today in sunny Tennessee. So we're gonna talk about a couple things. Number one, might have some, from the previous videos, you guys know I like to play a lot of rock music. It has to be monetizable though. So, we problem is a lot of YouTubers, like, we use the same music. So I'm doing a couple of things. Number one, I am making my own music. I used to make music when I was younger. I am starting to make music. But also too, for some of the background stuff we're gonna be doing here in the shop, I'm actually doing what I'm doing right now, which is playing a monetizable playlist. So as you guys can see here, this is a monetizable music playlist on YouTube, which means that we won't get in trouble for copyright infringement. So for those of you asking, hey, what music am I playing in the background? I'm just looking up no copyright infringement or monetizable playlist, and just kind of going there, because for a lot of these music places, they're charging like $50 a month plus $50 to $100 a song, and it's ridiculous, man. So I'm like, I'm just gonna make my own stuff. It takes time, obviously. You gotta get the creative juices flowing. It is what it is. Been a while since I've done this, but not bad for first songs making in like 20 years I made music. Yeah, I used to beatbox when I was a kid. I was actually on the radio. I was on a couple of tracks, actually. Local radio station. And I was producing music, play guitar and stuff. That's something else we're gonna do, is I'm gonna get instruments again. It's been a while. I'm gonna get some instruments and start utilizing those. I do play a little bit of drums. I used to play guitar religiously. It's been a while. I can still hold a few chords, but I think I could put together some decent music that I can produce on my own. You know, to give you guys some background entertainment and music. Aside from the vehicles right here, I don't know if you heard, that's the Duramax. It is a la Tomb Raider. Courtney, car chick Contras, coming back after while driving the Beast. So, subscriber had said something about how they had subscribed and liked our videos. We haven't posted anything in a while, and we do apologize about that. Huh? Oh. Talking to them.
Yeah, I didn't see the camera up there.
Talking to them. Come on, Lowe's.
Yeah. So,
This is where y'all make your money right here.
Yeah.
Like, y'all need to be stepping it up.
Yeah. Crank these people out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so back to McLeod RST clutch. I don't know if you can see the. Can you guys see it or not?
The clutch? Just barely. Like you can see it. It's just not like.
That thing is dead. So.
The gimbal?
Yeah,
I had it on the charger.
That's gotta be close. Okay, you guys gotta be able to see it. Like, just looking at that angle, that's gotta work.
It has to.
Okay, so this is how a McLeod clutch comes. So obviously you gotta disassemble it. Make sure that everything stays in order.
Can we get you some water?
Yes, please. Don't want to lose washers. Okay, so there's the clutch pressure plate, and then you have the first disc. Then you got the central locking plate. Okay, and the inner plate. Notice that it's flat against the flywheel. God. Some people, man. I'm telling you. Make sure you don't lose these. Make sure that these are in the correct spots. Alright, so black spacers go on the brass posts. The red spacers go on the black posts. They always tend to fall when you go to install this thing. So you can also tell a significant difference between the flywheel. So I don't know what that was, but no. Let's go over to the car, le car. I mean, you guys don't need to watch this. I'm gonna take these bolts out with an impact, pull that off. We're going to pull that pilot bearing out, so we should have a new one. Also, too, we're going to install the new slave cylinder because it is a central internal slave, and they have to be replaced every time you remove them. Also, remember to read the instructions. Always read the instructions. Doesn't matter how many times I've installed this thing, I always read the instructions and make sure that I don't mix up a torque spec with something else that I'm thinking about. New McLeod slave cylinder with pilot bearing. McLeod slave cylinder with new pilot bearing. So fantastic. So I do have a pilot bearing tool to remove it. Some guys use grease, use bread. Just get the right tools, guys.
Bread?
Yeah. Actually, it's not a bad idea. There's a lot of guys that do it. I've seen it done before, and recently, Fastlane Automotive in Nashville did a little video on Instagram about it. He did it. So what you do is, so the idea is, you have the pilot bearing stuck in the crankshaft. And you got to get it to press out. So you take bread, start packing bread inside of there. You take a punch that's roughly the size of a hole, start smacking it with a hammer. The bread acts like hydraulics and starts filling it and pressing the pilot bearing out. It'll pop it out. Works just like hydraulics. Same thing with grease. Grease will do it too. Grease is just messier than bread is. So.
Huh. Never knew that.
Yeah, I've seen it done before. I got AutoZone, $12. Oh. This is stamped 27059. I have had issues to where this is too big for certain pilot bushings, but it works. So this side is threaded for a slide hammer, which is my Cornwall kit. So you screw this in here. This slides inside of here, and then once you get it here, then you screw this in. This spreads the legs out in the back here. Once you get that spread, put your slide hammer, thread that onto here, and just pops right out. So, like I said, this is sometimes too big. There's a gist of what we're about to do. So I'm gonna turn this off because there's no point in wasting camera on you watching me pull some bolts out and putting them right back in.
Bottom.
It says right on there.
Flywheel
side. Jesus. Okay guys, so also note like how far back in there that is. That's pretty wild. But just like I was telling you, I'm gonna put this in here, put my slide hammer down. Twist this until it gets a little snug. And pull this back. Make sure you don't lose your reluctor wheel there. Okay, so now it's snug and it hooks. They pushed that in there way too far. There is absolutely no need for that. And honestly, they probably forced it in there. Something. There's a whole lot of not right about that. So, voila. They even had tabs right there for the tool to go in there like that. So. Okay, so we're going to clean that out and set the new one in. Those dowels have got to be there or they will shift and it can cause issues, especially in a high horsepower application like this. Dead blow. It was soft. Probably still not the best way of doing that, but can only go on one way, which is a good thing. Alright, now these holes are set up to where this should only be able to go on one way. Alright, so that way this is in some sort of balance. Let's wait on your dowels, so it's going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. I'm not torquing these with this, I'm just getting it evenly pressed. Technically, you need to replace the bolts, okay? However, this clutch didn't even have like 100 miles on it, so not replacing the bolts. Did loosen it up though. First torque sequence is 177 inch-pounds, and then 60 degrees after that. And yes, this is scratched here. However, it did not wear or do anything to the bolts. There's no, you only feel a little bit of scruff like sandpaper hit it. These bolts are extremely strong, cold forged, so I don't see any point in replacing them. You know, we put new thread lock on it, should be good to go. And then 60 degrees. Alright, flywheel side. Put a little ink blot on the side that's ink blot. Hey, we all have our days. Just make sure everything is lined up properly. Okay, so these get torqued to 25 foot-pounds. Make sure that we're in line here. Again, so this is the top flywheel side. Make sure that that's seated properly and that that's working correctly. There we go. Okay, so you gotta make sure that it's seated correctly to where these studs here for that flex intermediate plate have room. So here, here, and here. So now that that's there, alright, then we can start getting that thing seated correctly. Okay, that should stay. Don't move. I'm just gonna get a top on here just to secure it. Alright, we got the gold washer, and then the lock washer, and then the M10 nut. Alright, what do you know? There's another ink mark right there. It's all mine. That way it's at least not going anywhere. My shoulder's on fire. Nothing worse than that thing not being in line. And make sure it's not going anywhere. No, that's not going to go anywhere. And these we get torqued to 35 foot-pounds. Guys, it sucks having bad shoulders and trying to do this. Okay, make sure it slides back in there. No problem. Perfect. Okay, that's seated, ready to go. We just gotta get the new dowel. And then we can put the new transmission in. The only thing that's left is we gotta throw the slave cylinder on and wait, because apparently we're not gonna get the dowel until Wednesday. Yay. Okay, so all underneath here, we've been looking for more wiring issues. We're not really seeing any. So since that's up and done, it really isn't much more we can do down here. So we're gonna go ahead and bring the car down, and we'll throw the slave cylinder and the transmission so it's good and ready. And then as soon as we get that dowel in, we can throw this transmission up. So that'll be on Wednesday. So find something else to do. Alright guys, so back to our regular scheduled programming. Check out some wiring, find out distribution block is blown. So I'll order one of those. So we gotta wait for alignment post, and if we look here, there's a little bit blown. So that's bad. Then we gotta go through all the fuses. So not much else we can do until that gets pushed through. Explains a whole lot. A lot of really crappy stuff done to that car. That car was built really poorly. Back to your regular scheduled programming. Here we go. We got genuine Ford bolts, okay? They obviously look a lot different than the original crap that was installed on this thing. So, new slave bolts. Definitely. Brand new OE Ford bolts. Okay, these get tightened to 97 inch-pounds for the slave cylinder. Slave cylinder throwout bearing. Whatever it is you prefer to call it. Alright, these look like an 8mm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 97 inch-pounds. $8mm. These have Loctite already on the end of them. So, okay.
Alright.
Alright, finally we got the wiggle in. And holy shit.
No kidding.
That's it. Bolts.
Oh god. What? You moved right at that up there.
I need the light. Cinch those 4 on there.
And then put the rest in. So, finally, got this stupid trans in here. It's been quite the process.
I set these. I'm gonna try to set these bottom ones, make sure everything is genuinely lined up.
Okay. I've got these other ones in my hand. These are all the ones that were in the bag.
I felt like it slid right in there, but
Yeah.
that's what we need. One easy.
Yep. You're going real easy on that one. That one looks good. This one's so easy to see because it's where the starter goes.
Right.
So I don't have a bunch of crap in my way. And this side is much harder. Alright. And that's the money shot.
Whoops.
Just throw it at me, Lord.
Sorry.
I mean, I guess it's not domestic abuse if it's just flying tools.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I got two of them, I'll throw at you.
Doesn't count if it's a mushroom stamp.
Does too. Mine's not like budget.
Not budging at all, is it?
No, I remember these being a pain in the ass.
I had to get up there, didn't I?
I can feel the hole.
Yeah.
It's really not being.
It's not doing.
Not doing shit.
No. Not doing nothing.
If you can get that side, I'll try to get this side.
Yeah, I got some other.
No, I mean like she's gonna have to do it.
Oh, well, here, swap. All right, I'm gonna use the trans stand here. As you wrap him in the GoPro face. With your tool. It's long. And it's strong. It's about to get its friction on.
Come on from the side.
Feed it in from the side, yeah, I think so. If I remember right. Which may not be right. Okay. This one's thread really kind of tough, but
Yeah,
it's
that mine
going.
did too. I had to wiggle it around.
Wiggle, wiggle. Do, 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 do.
Not copyright infringement, it's your own style.
Doo-doo. My arm was going numb. So I gotta switch hands. Now where did it go?
Yeah, here we go. Off to the side.
My calves are burning. Don't like my freaking face this morning. Good God. Took pre-workout for the first time in like months.
Forever. She loves pre-workout.
I love ghost pre-workout. Oh no. Our little plug fell out. No!
It's next to your foot.
Huh?
Foot.
Oh. Freak. Ready?
Nope. Here, you do it.
Hit! Hey, fucking hand. Gotta be so fat.
Yeah, I can't.
Alright.
Yeah, that was it. I remember it was this side.
That side was the problem.
I literally cannot get my hand in there. She can.
Yay, I helped.
Sounds like
So with that camera, you can like move around and shit and fucking
Well,
film.
I don't-
It's internally gimbaled. There's no shaking, no
Okay.
nothing.
I was about to say I shake like a retard with Parkinson's, so just nerve
You can
damage.
watch Brickleberry.
Hey,
I haven't ever watched.
do the work. Oh, wow, baby. God bless it.
I don't know what the hell you're doing. Yeah, you gotta go in at an angle like that.
Ow! That was my hand. Had it on there and then it's
You're
wet.
acting like you've never had to get a rod on the hole before.
I honestly just need this trans check anyway. And grab my 4x4.
Okay.
Grab my freaking soapbox.
There's no point. This trans is so light. Like I could have picked it up and threw it on here. In my younger days, this transmission is light enough. I literally would have just picked it up and put it in.
Hey, I might
It's
have.
literally that light.
I'm not gonna lie. I about killed myself one day because dang, like you know the Z71 transfer cases, how they're so light. I'm used to just pulling them out, you know, setting them on my chest, rolling them off on the floor, no problem. Well, I bought a 2500 Dodge Cummins and I thought I could do the same thing. Yeah, when I popped the bolts out of that thing, it about mashed me in the ground.
Yup.
It was at that moment he realized he fucked up.
So much easier.
How much are these, the black 8 ones?
Well, it depends how much of a pain in the ass you gotta go through to get one.
Or is it that bad?
I have a whole video on bashing GoPro and getting that camera.
Twist on, baby.
Well, Lucy, I had the GoPro Hero 3, I think, and it was on the side of her helmet, and we were going down the interstate. I think we hit about 120, and it just sucked right off the side of the helmet.
Yep, that happens.
And an 18-wheeler ran it over.
Yep, that totally happens.
I was trying to get to it before the 18-wheeler did, but I didn't make it. I cried because I think I spent like
You start
500.
running, you'll be in shape so you can go chase shit down.
Hey, where's the damn cross member at? Just throw this cross member up and call it a fucking day.
It had right here.
Alright. You got 3 bolts to go her. You gonna give me the Milwaukee with the 15 on it, please? Are these 15s as well?
I don't think so.
Did you check?
No.
Look like 18s.
I was trying to help. Being trying anyway. Something.
Somewhere.
I just stepped in the table. Oh. We just got done cleaning the floor. You are willing to wait.
Alright guys, so this is gonna kind of conclude this video. Well, at least there's the clutches and transmissions in the cars. It is, even though it looks like it's, you know, middle of the day, it's actually like 7 o'clock right now. So it's been a long day. Like I said, been fighting with that F-250. That was not fun at all. I'm sorry we didn't get footage. I'm sure you're all probably gonna comment on there, oh, we would have liked to have seen you cussing and throwing tools and figured it. No. It was one of those things where I needed to focus, and I could not be dealing with the camera being in my face, and just one of those scenarios. So, till next time, guys, we'll see you. Peace.